Hello, test. Alright. Okay. I think I just need to get very close to the mic. I hope you guys can hear me now. The grid is set. Bailey on pole. It's going to be a very interesting light as the race director is counting down now. You can hear the cars revving. Oh, I think there might be an issue on the grid. Green flags have been called as we await the lights. And it is lights out and away we go. Here they go into turn one. Let's see if we can follow them around this very tricky track. They're gonna go under the bridge. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to see them with all this fog, and it's gonna be very difficult to get a little bit close with those poles, but we're gonna try to see what we can see. And I believe the safety car has been called. There was an incident going into the first sector. As you can see, the drivers are now going up the bridge. Horrible fog. It's making it very difficult to see. As up they go. They're going to take a nice hairpin over there. And to another hairpin, where they're going to go under the highway once again. One of the more unique layouts on the calendar, considering that it is also a street track. It is, well, I believe it's the only street track on the calendar. Bailey maintains P1 for now. So as it stands, Bailey, T-Dash, Tifosi, Azazel, and Milk make up the top 5. With Lords, currently one of the F3 drivers, leading the pack in the safety car. Safety car in this lap. Safety car is gonna be in this lap. We have a retired driver, I believe. Fubuki. Safety car has been instructed to go full speed. He's going to be trying to pull away now. As they head into the tunnel, the safety car is going to be pulling away. The safety car has pulled to the side. And it is now Bailey who dictates the pace. Let's head over to this main straight over here. Let's see what we can see. As they are racing once again. No curves has been called for the first lap by the race director. Heading into the cocaine chicane. Bailey leads T-Dash. Was that a little bit of lag or was that actually contact? T-Dash is going to go for the move. And I believe T-Dash has inherited first place from Bailey. safety car has been called, I think. Safety car has been called, as they're gonna go up now through the uphill section over here. You guys are probably wondering where the heck is the other commentator. Well, he is out today. You guys might recognize me. The race director is trying to kill me again. This guy. It is full speed until the pit exit, and then the safety car should be collecting them real soon. We got a couple drivers going into the pits. Very interesting strategy call from them. It is only, I don't know what lap it is. I believe it's only lap 2. As Lords in the safety car now collects the pack. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit quiet. I don't know if I don't think there's much I can do about that. Got some, I believe, some very frustrated drivers within the grid. Lords in the safety car has been instructed to slow down, and the safety car will be in this lap. There seems to be a little bit of contact under safety car at the back of the grid over there. As we see, the leaders are now pulling into the tunnel. They're going to be going over the bridge, and the safety car should be pulling to the side. Green flags have been called. T-Dash controls the pace. Tifosi getting real close to him as they await the restart. And I believe T-Dash is putting pedal to the metal. He's going now. Onto the main straight they go. Let's see if they are able to survive the first sector, survive cocaine chicane. As we see, T-Dash entering the cocaine chicane. It seems to be clean. Safety car has been called again. As you can see, there was an incident over there. We can see Milk on top of the wall. And Bailey, who started pole, is all the way in 14th. I'm not sure what happened to him. My best guess is that he may have lost his front wing on the safety car restart. And that's how T-Dash was able to get that position from him. People who are watching the stream, can you give me a count on how many safety cars that was? You guys are gonna have to keep track, because I'm sure there will be quite a few. Let's get a closer look at the front pack over here, whilst not getting hit by any street lamps. And I believe a driver has been black flagged. Gusnov in the Prema, black flagged from the race. Safety car will be in this lap. The fog has cleared. It is much easier to see the drivers. Safety car has pulled off to the side. T-Dash controls the pace once again. Going for that early restart onto the pit straight. And let's have a look at the infamous cocaine chicane once again. Okay, we got drivers going through. So far, the front pack has been able to survive. How will the midfield fare in the cocaine chicane? And no safety car has been called. Let's try to catch up to the front pack over here. We got a little bit of an incident here on that swooping right-hander as they head uphill now. T-Dash still leads Tifosi. Let's try to have a look. Will Tifosi go for a move on T-Dash as they head into the final sector? Let's go over to the main straight over here. And let's go look at the cocaine chicane once again. Will they survive? There's contact there, I believe. But we are good. T-Dash has been able to build a gap on Tifosi, but look at that midfield over there. All the way from Stevie to, I believe, Jacob. They're within seconds of each other. And the safety car has been called. I'm not sure what happened. Safety car has been called. Full pace until the pit exit has been ordered by the race director. Another safety car, as predicted by many of the drivers. And thank you for that, Maisie. It's the last 3 cars that crashed. Safety car will be picking up the pack. Let's have a close look at them. And let's have a look at the order. T-Dash leads Tifosi, Azazel, Trefex Gaming, Vic in 5th, Russian Dealer in 6th, Stevie in 7th, Infinite in 8th, Infinite doing a brilliant job to get up into the points, Bailey in 9th. He's going to have to recover from the first couple laps after starting on pole. Jacob rounds the top 10. Stefan in 11th. Ultimate in 12th. Joran in 13th. The Ghost Shadows 14th. Goofy Pepper 15th. Brian in his first ever race in 16th. Melk in 17th, Caro, after, I believe, an incident down in 18th, Gusnov, who should not be on the track, and then Jerry Paco. Jerry, yes. Anyways, the safety car has been ordered to go in this lap, and I believe he should be going to the side now. T-Dash, once again, is going to dictate the pace, and I think he's going for a very, very early start. Going into turn 1, under the highway, into the cocaine chicane. Will they survive? Oh. Another safety car has been called, as we see Bailey, Brian, many drivers, Infinite, getting caught up in the incident. Yes, safety car has been called again. We're gonna have to go back and watch the stream, because I have not been keeping count on how many safety cars there have been. But this is typical Legion Square. If you are familiar with this track, you will know that there are always several safety cars per race. I believe a few seasons ago, Legion Square hit the record for most safety cars called in a race. So this track is very, very safety car heavy. As the safety car now picks up the pack, I believe Lords has led more laps this race than anybody else. Safety car has been ordered to slow down. There are drivers in the pit lane who need to catch up to the pack. Infinite, Brian, Ultimate, and Bailey. Melk coming back to the rear of the grid. Gusnov, who holds the black flag, is still in the race. He is disobeying race director orders as they go uphill once again. And a red flag has been called. First time in a long time, a red flag has been called. And all the drivers are being ordered to go to the pits. This is something very, very new, as the race director has now left. And I believe this calls for an intermission, ladies and gentlemen. There has been a red flag. The race will continue soon. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. So, new lobby has been opened and the grid is going to be called once again as it was prior to the red flag. And so we have, I believe, something similar. It's still T-Dash, followed by Tifosi and Azazel Stark. Gusnov, the driver who failed to serve his black flag, has been forcefully removed from the session. This was due to a communication error. He could not hear the race director, and thus he was not able to serve his black flag. But that has been sorted now. The red flag has ended, and we are now awaiting green flags, as the drivers are currently completing the formation lap. It is nighttime once again. Hopefully it will be day soon. Hopefully we will be able to get a clear view on the race. And how is the mic, guys? How is the mic? I did some tweaking during the red flag. Alright. We're going to get a view of the grid from here. Alright. T-Dash, Tifosi, Azazel Stark, Trefex, Vic in 6th, Russian Dealer, Stevie, Jacob, and Stefan make the top 10. We are awaiting green flags, but I believe there's an issue with one of the driver's engineers. So we have green flags. So green flags have been called as we await the lights. And it is lights out and away we go. Let's immediately move over to the cocaine chicane where the action should happen. Safety car has already been called. Even before the cocaine chicane, Lords in the safety car was not able to react in time, and it will be full speed to the pits until Lords in the safety car can collect them. I'm sure you guys all should understand the nature of this track. Several safety cars, a red flag, and upon green flags right after the red flag, another safety car. It will certainly be interesting to see what the teams, what the drivers will have to say about this track after the F3, F2, and F1 races. So we have a new race leader. T-Dash has fallen down to second. Azazel Stark, coming up from, I believe he came from third or fourth, I'm not sure, going to first, as the grid is now collected by the safety car. Tifosi falls to third. Vic and Stevie doing an excellent job to get to 4th and 5th respectively. Stevie reserving for one of the yellow teams. I'm not sure what their team is. The safety car is going a little bit slow. As we can see, the grid was getting a little bit bunched up over there. As the race director now has stated, he will not call another safety car unless it is an absolutely massive crash. Tolerance is going to go higher for the safety cars. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Lords in the safety car is entering the tunnel. He should be pulling off to the side now. Green flags have been called. And it is T-Dash who controls the pace. Okay, it wasn't Azazel Stark who inherited first. I'm not sure what that was all about, but it is T-Dash who now goes racing once again. Azazel Stark, Tifosi, Vic right behind him in 4th. Stevie losing to Trafex Gaming as they enter the cocaine chicane. Will they survive? Side by side, Joran and the Ghost Shadows contact, but it seems like they're okay. And there's a collision as the safety car has been called once again. We see a driver going over the wall. It's Brian in his first ever race, finding himself spinning on the straight. Safety car has been called once again indeed. We have a collision under safety car. The race director has not seen it, but it looks like they're hassling it out amongst themselves. Let's catch up to the front of the pack. Safety car now collects the pack as they head into the cocaine chicane. I'm sure there will be many, many more safety cars after this. Hello in the chat. Hello. Why is Light not commentating? Oh, it's because Light is gone, guys. Oh, hello, Danya. Much love, Danya. We love you. Safety car will be in this lap. As they head uphill once again, T-Dash has been able to control the race. Not much of a race, though, as there have been several safety cars. But the man is doing what the man needs to do to maintain P1. A little bit of contact in the backfield under safety car, but I'm sure they are going to be okay. Leader is now controlling the pace. T-Dash controls the pace. Let's see if we can get a closer look at this safety car restart. Onto the main straight they go. T-Dash leads Azazel Stark and Tifosi. Vic is right behind them, but it looks like they have been able to build a little bit of a gap to 4th position as they head into the cocaine chicane once again. Will there be another safety car? I nearly died. No safety car. Clean so far. I nearly caused a safety car myself, but we're still good. As they head over the bridge and to the middle sector, they're going to do the uphill climb onto the highway. T-Dash, building a gap. Azazel Stark under pressure from Tifosi. Vic under pressure from Stevie, as we see Jacob under pressure from Trefex. Trefex has a collision, and that causes a safety car. I'm not sure if that was a safety car worthy collision, but the call has been made by the race director. Another safety car. And +1. Some cars on the track have reported damage. Everybody is lagging on the track. Safety car has collected the pack. So as it stands, T-Dash, Azazel Stark, Tifosi, Vic, Stevie, Jacob, Goofy Pepper, Joran, Trefex Gaming, Stefan, The Ghost Shadows, Bailey, who started on pole, in 12th. His recovery not really working out as of yet, probably due to all those safety cars. Russian Dealer in 13th, Jerry, and Infinite, Brian, Milk, Ultimate, Carol in 19th. And of course, we do not have a full grid currently because of the black flag. Safety car will be in this lap. There is a collision under safety car. We see drivers losing positions. Definitely a very frustrated Bailey. As you see, he forcibly took his position back. As Lords now pulls off to the side at the track. T-Dash, for the billionth time, controls the pace and will control the restart. T-Dash is putting pedal to the metal as they head over the grid straight. Azazel Stark was not able to stick with T-Dash. T-Dash immediately making a little bit of a gap, putting all chances of being overtaken out of the picture. As we head into the cocaine chicane, we see Goofy Pepper jumping over the chicane. How is that not a safety car? I'm not sure. But it seems like everybody is fine. Goofy Pepper losing a few positions over there, going to 9th. No safety car as of yet. Will they be able to survive? All they need to do is survive 1 or 2 laps in order to separate the grid so that we can have some proper racing. T-Dash building already a gap of quite a few seconds. And it looks like we got a 3-way battle. Azazel, Tifosi, and Vic fighting for position, fighting for the podiums. This is certainly one of the more Monaco-esque tracks, but definitely a lot more overtaking. As we can see, Tifosi gazing the position, going into 2nd place as we head into the cocaine chicane. T-Dash is already exiting the cocaine chicane. It just shows how far ahead he is. Stevie doing a little bit of an Alex Albon on the grid over here. Jacob trying to snipe that position away from Stevie, but it looks like Stevie doing a brilliant job to defend his position. T-Dash probably over a second ahead now, as we see a 3-way, perhaps even 4-way battle over here. Stevie, Jacob, Joran, Trefex. Is that Trefex? Yes, it is. As we see now, the rest of the grid going uphill. Let's stick along with the front pack, shall we? As we see Tifosi now entering the tunnel. T-Dash is miles ahead. Azazel Stark losing a position over there to Vic in the MP. Into the cocaine chicane they go. Vic trying to maintain position. It looks like Azazel Stark is putting him under a lot of pressure. Vic uses his curse to get away. Azazel Stark actually gains that position back. Will Vic be able to fight that one out? I am not sure. But at the moment, Azazel Stark in to third place. Vic has been having an excellent race as of yet. Let's go over here. Let's view this sector. T-Dash, miles ahead. Tifosi, as well in no man's land. Azazel Stark, followed by Vic. Vic putting him under a lot of pressure. As we see Stefan, Stevie, and Joran over there. And it looks like the grid is starting to separate. Let's follow Joran and Stevie. Let's have a look at this battle over here. The fog is coming back, but I believe it is turning day, so we'll be able to see the race a little bit more clearly. Stevie using a little bit of curse. He's all over the rear of Joran, just edging as they approach the cocaine chicane. Will they survive? Yeah, it looks like they'll be okay. Joran leads Stevie in that battle. Let's get back to the race over here. Stefan leading Trefex Gaming. Trefex going for the overtake round the outside into the swooping left-handers. As we see Goofy Pepper and Jerry, it looks like Goofy Pepper is able to maintain a little bit of a gap. And let's head over to the front pack. Azazel still battling Vic, still trying to defend his final podium position. It looks like Vic was actually able to get a position there. Into the tunnel they go. Azazel leading Vic. And we don't even see Tifosi and T-Dash anymore. They are practically not in this race anymore. And I believe we're heading on to lap 11, perhaps lap 12, just for reference. Infinite defending now against Jacob. Infinite has been losing a couple positions here and there, and we all know Jacob is a phenomenal overtaker. Exiting the cocaine chicane now. Will Jacob go for that Kurz overtake? Looks like he's going for it. He gains that position against Infinite. Going into the swooping left-handers, once again, I believe Infinite lost a position the lap earlier in a similar fashion. It is the Ghost Shadows who Infinite now has to worry about. So have a look over here. Azazel Stark has been able to build a little bit of a gap to Vic in the MP. I'm not sure what team Azazel Stark is racing for. Joran approaches Vic. Will Joran be able to get that position from the MP driver? I believe Joran is Campos. I am not sure. But it looks like Joran is getting very, very close to Vic as they approach to cocaine chicane. No moves into the cocaine chicane, but Joran gets very, very close. Within overtaking range. Will he go for it? It looks like Vic has the curse and Joran is not able to close that gap. Let's see if we can go find the front runners. There was a crash in the cocaine chicane, according to the race director. Stevie all the way out in no man's land. Stefan and Goofy Pepper all the way out in no man's land. They have each other, but there's quite a gap between them. Joran still hunting Vic. Vic is currently able to maintain that gap to Azazel Stark. He's able to keep up. Just shows that Vic has it in him. Will he try to go for that re-overtake for the podium position? I honestly, unless there's another safety car and a few more crashes, I don't know if T-Dash and Tifosi are going to lose their positions in this race. So you P1 and P2, they're almost battling. Okay, let's go over here. I believe we have the two front runners going uphill now. Here they are. Tifosi is actually getting very close to T-Dash. We're going to have to keep an eye on their battle over here as we see Stevie and Stefan entering the sector now. Let's get back to the two front runners. Championship contenders they are. Tifosi getting ever closer to T-Dash. Look at that. Entering the cocaine chicane, both of them. Tifosi closer than ever. He is within a second. He's within overtaking distance. Will he use the curves? It looks like T-Dash has some curves of his own. So no overtake as of yet between these two. No battle yet. And let's have a look at the rest of the grid. The rest of the grid, so far down, you can't even see them on the straight. It is Vic in P3. And Azazel Stark must have pit or crashed. I'm not sure. Let's get back to the front runners over here. T-Dash gaining another car length on Tifosi from the last lap. So Tifosi and T-Dash are very similar in terms of pace. T-Dash is able to build gaps when he needs to. Stevie defending against Stefan. Stefan going for a move down the inside. Stevie getting pushed a little bit wide, but Stefan has that inside line going into the next corner. Who's going to come out on top over here? Stevie still maintains position. Let's go back to T-Dash and Tifosi, who are, I believe, entering the next lap. At this pace, they will be lapping some of the other cars. Tifosi getting very close to T-Dash, but it looks like no move as of yet this lap. I'm not sure where he plans to make that overtake, or if he has that pace to get within overtaking distance at all. There's a car upside down in the cocaine chicane according to the race director. Yellow flags in that sector. As Tifosi continues to trail T-Dash. T-Dash maintaining P1. Where's the rest of the grid? Nowhere to be seen. We see Stefan and Stevie and Stefan having a collision over there. Stevie being put into the wall. Stevie losing positions against Vic. Vic getting a position. Russian dealer Jacob getting a position. Stevie falling down the order. He is now under pressure from Joran. Stevie going all the way down to 7th position. Will that be a penalty? I am not sure. Joran trails Stevie. Jacob and Stevie are hassling it out for position. Stevie definitely that was a little bit traumatizing, and I believe I'm going to have to respawn. The helicopter is smoking. Thanks a lot, Eddie, the race director. We were following a very intense battle over there. Let's try to get back to the action. It looks like we got several drivers within meters of each other as they head into the middle sector over here into the uphill. Stefan is able to pull away from Vic. Vic battling it out. Jacob has been involved in a crash. Several cars into the uphill hairpin as the safety car has now been called. Let's have a look at the grid over here. T-Dash leads Tifosi, who leads Stefan. Stefan was able to crawl his way up to P3. Vic in P4. Russian Dealer in P5. Stevie in P6 after his nasty crash. Joran and Azazel Stark and Jacob just recently being involved in a crash of his own. Russian Dealer in 9th. Goofy Pepper in 10th. Bailey, as we all know, who started on pole, down in the where did Bailey go? Down in 9th. There's been a few pits, I believe, as the order of the grid is now currently changing. Let's get back to the track over here. The pack is entering the 3rd sector. Lourdes has had a little bit of an outfit change. We have a vintage Prema as our safety car today. Lourdes in the DR1, leading a pack of BR8s. And I believe it is safety car +1, so there will be 1 extra lap of safety car. As we can see, several cars are a sector behind after their pits. And it will be safety car in this lap. And I will get that lap count for you guys momentarily. Can I get a lap count, Eddie? We are on lap 18. 7 laps to go in this very, very chaotic safety car filled race. There will definitely be a lot of penalties by the end of the race. Have fun, FIA team. I am so glad I am not an FIA member. If you're new to the stream, please check out our Discord server. You'll be able to have an opportunity at becoming a driver, or perhaps joining the media team, becoming an FIA member perhaps. If that is something you're interested in, join the Discord. And it is green flags. T-Dash controls the pace. Let's go all the way over to the cocaine chicane. The safety car restart has begun. Into the first few corners we go, entering the safety car prone corner. The cocaine chicane. Promptly named by Pevs, former F2 champion, as we see Azazel Stark with a very, very questionable track re-entry. But no safety car as of yet. There was a little bit of a collision over there, but nothing worth a safety car. We're racing. Let's go to the front pack. Let's see if Tifosi, with the benefit of a safety car, is able to overtake T-Dash. Tifosi and T-Dash still very close to one another. Very quick drivers. And there has been a collision in the double hairpins, the uphill double hairpins. In the middle sector, there has been a collision, and the race director has deemed it safety car worthy. Safety car once again. Guys, please keep keep track of how many safety cars there have been. We need to see if this is a record. I believe we're entering either lap 19 or 18 or 20. So just a few more laps to go. Legion Square, ladies and gentlemen, the United States Grand Prix. Certainly one of the tracks of all time. Who doesn't love Legion Square? The backfield has crashed each other out somehow under safety car. F2, one of the most intense leagues within Formula V. Here comes the pack as Lords now pulls off to the side. T-Dash going incredibly slow. Let's get a closer look on this. And he is putting pedal to the metal. He's trying to build a gap against Tifosi. Tifosi is a real threat to his position. And let's have a look at the cocaine chicane. There has been a crash in the cocaine chicane. Bailey, an unfortunate end to his race, has retired from the Legion Square Grand Prix. Who does not love Legion Square? Bailey has retired from the race. Very unfortunate for him. After a phenomenal qualifying, a phenomenal start to the race. All it took was one bad safety car restart. That's how it goes. You need to ace your safety car restarts in order to succeed at this track. That's how you do it. Because there will be many safety car restarts. But as of now, we are still racing. There have been lap checks flying around between the teams. As you can see, there is a little bit of a political advantage that these drivers are trying to get. They're trying to gain a technical advantage. I don't know why I said political. As they head into the middle sector over here. Safety car. Can you guys all believe it? A safety car has been called once again. Certainly a very, very chaotic race. And there has been a new advancement Tifosi leads. T-Dash all the way down in 16th. Not sure if that was a pit stop or if that was an incident. That was an incident, apparently. Race leaders crashed into each other. I'm sure that will be a penalty submission. +1 safety car. Because T-Dash, who was leading the race, had an incident with Tifosi, and he is now all the way at the back of the pack. As far back now as he was ahead just laps earlier. So yeah, look at this. The final sector, the pack is in the final sector, and T-Dash is still pushing so hard to try to catch up to the pack. So safety car has been called for a +1. I'm sure he's very frustrated with that incident. I feel for him. After leading the race for such a long time, a dominant display. T-Dash has now caught up to the pack at the back, the back of the pack, as the safety car has now been ordered to go full speed. We need to complete this lap under safety car, and it will be safety car in this lap. Off they go. Tifosi leads the pack for the first time. He leads. He controls the pace. And he crosses the finish line. Alright, let's have a look at the finishing order, shall we? Tifosi, Stefan, Vic, Russian Dealer, Stevie, Joran, Trafex Gaming, Milk, Ultimate, Carol, Brian, a rookie, finishing 11th. That's an excellent result for him. Infinite, Azazel Stark, Jacob, Jerry, and T-Dash, who led the race for such a long time, finishing 16th. The Ghost Shadows in 17th. And rounding off the final order, Goofy Pepper in 18th. Let's see if we can get an interview with our race winner. I'm not sure if he's going to be down for that. Alrighty. That concludes the Legion Square Grand Prix. Thank you all for joining us. And join us for Formula 1 tomorrow.